Hi, good morning, friends. We're going into Chumash land today. How exciting is that? You guys hear the music in the background there? That is music from the Chumash people. And so today we're going to be creating our art piece based on the Chumash people. So last week, if you guys remember what we did last week, take a look at the image that I have here on the screen. Do you guys remember us creating our fun and funky guitar that we did? Remember that fun and funky guitar? That was Picasso. But what we're going to do now is we're going to be creating the Chumash landscape. So where we live here in Oxnard and Camarillo, Ventura, and Hueneme is where the Chumash people lived. And one of their accounts that they had is that dolphins and people were created from the Santa Cruz Island and then going over to the mainland on a rainbow bridge. So that's what we're working on today. We're working on a landscape that reminds us of the Chumash way of life. Let's go ahead and get started. First, I want you guys to make sure you have all your materials. Make sure you have your pencil and a second pencil as well. That way you don't have to sharpen. Make sure you have your paints, a brush, a larger brush if you want, and water. Any old water basin will do, and just a little bit of water. You could also grab a paper towel. Nice. Well, let's go ahead and get started. You've got all your materials? Awesome. Okay, so we're going to start our landscape. We don't want to draw what's called the eye line, the horizon line, right in the middle. If we do that, that's going to make it a little boring. We want to actually do our eye line a little bit further down in the middle, and that way it'll give it some interest. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a line this as straight as we can, doesn't have to be perfect, from one side over to the next. I'm going to draw mine heavy, but you can draw yours light and just do the best you can. Doesn't have to be perfectly straight, just do the best you can. Nice. Now our next step is we are going to now create the islands in the background. There's the Anacapa Island here on the left, which is very small and low towards the eye line. Not big, but low. So I'm going to draw a low, try the best you can to keep your island low. Not high, but low. And then don't forget that little Anacapa rock. That's at the edge of your island. Nice and low. So now, let's go over here to the right side and let's create here on the right side. I'm going to make the Santa Cruz Island. So I'm going to go for the top here. I'm going to go up, down, and I'm going to go up again, down a little bit further, making sure I stay nice and low and carry on that line to the middle of my page. You guys are doing awesome. Keep going. Nice. Try not to erase on your watercolor paper. You don't want to do a lot of erasing because you don't want to really, make a mess of your paper. Next, we are going to create that line of rainbows that kind of cuts in between our paper. So let's go ahead and count out 7 lines. I'm going to start over here at one of my peaks and curve a line across my paper and off. Now, we don't have to have it where all of the lines bunch up at the end. They can kind of curve and fall off the paper. So that's line number 1. Let's do number 2. Let's do number 3. Number 4. 5. You don't have to be perfectly straight. Just do the best you can. 6. And 7. Now, if you feel like you really want to change or make some changes to this, you can go back in there and maybe change a line or two. But the problem is, the more you write and erase on your paper, the harder it's going to be. If you feel like you really have to go back and make a little bit of a change, erase very lightly. Very lightly with that eraser. Nice. You guys are doing great. Keep on going. There. So next, we're going to want to create the tamal. The tamal is the canoe that's down here at the bottom. So I want you to find a point over here, not in the middle, but to the left of the middle. And go ahead and make that point, and then curve a line that goes off of your page. Go up a little bit here, and then down and off the page. Just do the best that you can. In our sample, you'll see that there's a little knob here at the top, and they had that to help steer and have access for direction. So let's go ahead and create a bit of a circle that goes out and around and creates that knob. We're going to put some rope on there. Maybe a little line there. There. You guys are doing great. Nice. How are you doing? It's looking good. Okay, next step. Let's go ahead and create our person and the different things that are in our tamal. So with our tamal here, we're going to want to put a person. Now you can put any type of little, person or whatever you have for that. I'm gonna move myself over here to the corner. And you can make a head, which is like an oval shape, a rectangle, that's the neck, shoulders that go down, and you can make an arm. Then you can go in with those arms and create a silhouette. I'm going to give my person some hair here, kind of flying in the wind. And I'm going to also create a basket. I'm going to create a basket here and maybe some fish. Give these little fishies some eyes and a little smile here. Might want to even make it a little net over here in the corner. Net over here in the corner. And any erasing or little things you might want to do here. Here. Wayne got to it. All right, we are ready to make some Chumash Native American pictures here on our tamal. Anything that you feel would be something that you would like to see on here. All right. We are ready for paint. How exciting is that? Go ahead and put your pencil away. And let's get ready for paint. With our watercolor, we're going to get a bit of water. And we're actually going to start with the lightest color. The lightest color is yellow. So we want to start with that third line and put in our yellow paint. Nice. I'll give you guys a minute or two to get that started. Our next color is orange. So let's go ahead and put in anything that we think is orange. I'm going to make an orange fish here. And part of my boat's going to be orange. And I'm also going to paint my boat orange. The next color is red. And that's at the top of the rainbow. And my red is looking kind of orangey. But I'm going to put it in there anyway. And my boat is going to be red. We'll pick up some of this color here. Looking good. all the way across. Nice. Continue painting towards the right. And go ahead and move that line all the way out. You're doing great. We're going to let this part dry a bit. We're actually going to put a little bit of brown in here towards the bottom of our boat, or our tamal, really, our canoe here. Looking good. Nice. Next, we're going to do our green. So let's go ahead and paint that. Yes, looking good. And last but not least is our purple. Looking good. We're going to let this dry for a second, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the blue. All right, let's go ahead and paint in our horizon line here. And we're just going to lightly put that in. Long line strokes help create the feel of water. Long strokes, long horizontal strokes help create the feel of water. I didn't even have to paint the whole thing for you to think, oh, that's water. With our sky, I'm actually going to get it wet first with water, just water. And then I'm going to go back and put in the paint. So it'll be kind of runny. And over here, if I want a cloud, I'm just going to draw the outline of the cloud. And then I'm going to paint around that outline. And that's how you make a cloud in watercolor. If you want like a white puffy cloud, you paint around the cloud and then you put in the color. This person is going to be in silhouette. So it's just going to be the image of the person, not just the like silhouette. It's like a shadow of the person. Keep painting and filling in where you think it would be good spot. And then we're going to let this dry for a second. And then we're going to come back and put our touches on it with marker, pencil, crayon, colored pencil, all sorts of things, all the good things. Got to let it dry for a little bit. Okay, friends, you've had your 3 minutes. We're getting back to our Tamal Chumash watercolor piece. Go ahead and open up your watercolor pencils, and we're going to get ready to start doing a little tracing. I'm going to work on my neck first and just trace the lines of my neck. Also for the islands, you want to color those in a little bit. And that'll provide some texture. It's looking really good. Let's keep going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on its side. That way I can get a nice color in with the outline. And just fill in that color. Looking good. This is my orange coloring this in. It's going to have a bit of a texture. If I wanted to make it solid, I would just go ahead and color it in nice and solid. You could always go back with the watercolor and fill that in. You see how that fills in? You can always fill that in. Okay, you guys are doing great. Go ahead and fill in that water with their pencil. And I will just lightly color with the side of the pencil. And then that way you can go back and fill it in with the paint. And it'll give it some nice texture. Make sure you clean your brush in between each color. Definitely necessary. Very nice. That looks awesome. Okay, great job. You might want to even put some little accents with your shapes here. And you can always put some lines in your boat, your tamal. You guys did wonderful. This looks so cool. Don't forget to sign in the bottom right hand corner because you are an artist. Don't forget it. All right. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day.